Kailey Felix, and I'm an avid coffee drinker. I'm sure the first thing that comes to mind when I say I'm gonna make an iced coffee in the morning is the long period of time it takes to brew. Are you worried that you're gonna be out of your favorite sweetener in the morning, or that your ice is gonna melt too fast on your way to work? Are you prepared for your inevitable heartburn by lunchtime? What if I told you that all these stressors could be solved by one simple drink? That drink is cold brew. Cold brew is better than iced coffee. Today, I will be enlightening you with the history of coffee, specifically cold brew's rise in popularity, introduce you to expert opinions from a variety of baristas, and explain to you the many reasons why I personally prefer cold brew to iced coffee. This is the best way to enjoy your daily cup of joe. Many of us think that hot coffee is the default brew of choice. However, coffee has been enjoyed cold for centuries. The earliest evidence of coffee drinking or knowledge of the coffee tree appears in the middle of the 15th century. There's a legend of a goat herder who discovered the coffee bean after his goats ate the mystery bean and then were too energized to go to sleep. He then shared this discovery with the local monastery, who used this bean, made it into a drink, and then enjoyed it, and was able to stay alert during their nightly prayers. In days before electricity, cold brewing was the standard way of making coffee. The earliest record of cold brew is Kyoto style, which is named after its popularity in Kyoto, Japan. It is believed that the Japanese may have discovered this method of brewing from Dutch dealers who utilized cold brewing to make coffee that could be carried on their trading ships. As time went on, these specific brews became highly artistic. Instead of submerging the grounds for hours, the coffee is brewed by letting a single bead of water drop through the coffee grounds. They even made a tower for Kyoto-style cold brew so then people could watch the long, beautiful process. Nowadays, you can just head into your local coffee shop and they'll have your cold brew instantly ready for you. Let's hear some opinions on why cold brew is better than iced coffee from some experts. Nick Duckworth is one of the founders of Banter, an Australian-inspired coffee shop in Greenwich Village. He states, cold brew is the strongest form of iced coffee. Iced coffee is hot filtered coffee over ice, whereas cold brew is ground coffee beans soaked in water for about 12 hours to form a concentrate. This concentrate is then diluted to whatever ratio the coffee shop may want. So essentially, the amount of caffeine in the cold brew is in the hands of the barista. On the other hand, Eliza L., whom has been a barista for 8 years, thinks cutting it with water dilutes the flavor. She states, a ton of places make their cold brew and then use it as a concentrate and add water, like Starbucks, which just makes it taste nasty. She also mentions that cold brew her cafe serves has double the caffeine content of filtered coffee. I decided to take a stroll to my local Starbucks to interview my favorite barista, Taylor. I asked her what makes my drink order so much sweeter than the regular cold brew that they served. She replied, when I make the drink, the recipe calls to mix 2 pumps of flavored syrup into the cold brew concentrate, add water to dilute it, and then we add vanilla cold foam on top, which makes the cold brew sweeter, flavorful, and more caffeine filled, so then the customer can enjoy it. As you can see, cold brew can have all sorts of flavored mix-ins that won't make it taste nasty, as Eliza mentioned. It's all up to your barista and your desired taste on how you like your cold brew. I'd like to count myself as a coffee expert, since most of my paychecks do go to coffee. And even though cold brew is the more expensive choice, it is worth the extra $2 because of all the benefits that come with it. Here is why I personally prefer cold brew over regular old iced coffee. For starters, cold brew is easier to prepare. Once I make the concentrate, it can last in my fridge for up to 2 weeks, but let's be honest, it'll probably be gone before then. Or I could go to my local grocery store and buy my preferred cold brew of choice, Chameleon Cold Brew, which has 3 times the amount of caffeine to regular coffee. And it never makes me feel jittery. All I have to do is pour the concentrate, add my preferred flavorings, and enjoy. No need to wait for that extra brew time. Plus, we live in Florida. Ice is already melting quick from the heat, so why quicken that process by pouring hot coffee over ice that'll just result in watered down coffee? Gross. Another perk is that cold brew is full of antioxidants that helps prevent diseases. It contains compounds that may reduce your risk of heart disease, increase insulin sensitivity, stabilize blood sugar, and lower blood pressure. Plus, it has fewer calories, so it's definitely the healthier option on your cafe's menu. I personally always order cold brew because it tastes better and it doesn't hurt me. I'm a 4-year cancer survivor, so with chemo's late side effects, I am more prone to heartburn from acidic foods. But even though coffee has high acidity, cold brew has lower acidity, so I can drink it without it hurting me. Cold brew is the preferred drink of choice of many, and it's clear why. Cold brew is better than iced coffee. It has been enjoyed for centuries because not only is it easy to prepare, but it also comes with many health benefits and a much sweeter taste. Head to your nearest coffee shop and try a cup of cold brew today. Thank you for listening. I hope what I spoke about today changed how you take your coffee. Extra cream and sugar? No thanks. A cold brew? Will do. Thank you for watching.